So as we prepare for the opening of the hotel, we have decided to do an entrance and an exit to practice the best social distancing that we think that can be possible to help give our guests and employees their safety. So as you can see, we've sort of put up a temporary barrier that we're going to get better as we practice our ideas on the social distancing. We've also put up around the hotel probably about 20 to 25 different hand sanitizers at all the elevator landings, by the bathrooms, and in all our public areas. The breakfast buffet, as we know it, is a thing of the past, but right now we're going to have a grab-and-go breakfast. All the menus will be actually disposable menus. All menus will be printed on a piece of paper, given to the guests, thrown in the garbage as they're finished. This is almost like I'm going back to college. Every day we have a 2 o'clock COVID call, and it covers everything between food and beverage, housekeeping, front desk, maintenance, whatever's involved in the industry. With all my staff basically furloughed, I have put together manuals that I think that highlighted the most important points from these meetings. So as you can see here, for my executive housekeeper, I have a housekeeping COVID rebound guidance. And these are all different procedures they've set up, from an actual retraining checklist to PPE. The traditional guest room took the housekeeper anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes to clean. Now we've added an additional 20 minutes to 30 minutes for the sanitizing. As a result of that, when the guests are here, they will not get any service per se in terms of daily changing of sheets and towels. All that stuff will be delivered to the room and left on the door so that we can maintain as least guest contact with our employees as possible to keep the guests and our employees safe. The room will be cleaned and sanitized upon the guest checkout. Our standard right now says 3 hours downtime from the CDC before any of our employees can go in there, and they will be equipped with all the proper PPE equipment, goggles, masks, gloves, as they clean this room. The fitness center is a whole nother animal. So what we're going to have to do is take the machines out, get the 6 feet in between, based on our square footage, have a sign-up sheet. It'll almost become like by appointment only. So this will be put in a frame at each elevator landing, and there will only be 2 people per trip on each elevator. We just went through a training seminar yesterday for our groups and weddings and social stuff like that, to where the traditional tables of 8 or 10, which is a 60 or 72-inch round, now has been spec'd to where you can have only 3 or 4 sitting at the table. So for example, my ballroom that held maybe 200 for a party, now will be cut down to maybe 100 to 75. The new name for room service now is going to be called knock and drop. There will be no contact with the guest. Everything will be prepaid over the phone. We will come to the door, we will knock, and then we will put a bag down here and leave, and the guests will be able to come out and get their food. Our buses that was discussed this week will have this sign placed on every other seat. So that way our bus that took 30 now will be cut down to a 15-passenger bus. It's going to be very hard for a lot of businesses to survive long-term with these new ways of life, especially the restaurants and bars and stuff like that, to where a lot of their profit and success is built on volume. And now where we cannot entertain that volume anymore, we're going to just barely have to get by and break even, and in order to get through these troubling times. So hopefully, like I said, within a year or so, if the vaccine is complete, consumer confidence is restored. And if you look back at any other pandemics or epidemics, they eventually went away. But it's going to be a little time before I think we get back to our old ways of life.